I'm down at the Paseo district to go interview some individuals, unique people, the esoterics of Oklahoma. When it comes to individuality, the Paseo has you covered. There's artists, photographers, and just overall wild people there. That's why I knew that the Paseo was a perfect place to go and see and talk and interact with those individuals that I mentioned. I wanted to learn something a little deeper though. What I want to learn is, what is special about individuality? What is individuality? Why is individuality important, and how can we cultivate it? Our first stop at the Paseo was Bone Dust Cowgirl, a little thrift shop owned by a husband and wife. I wanted to see what was up here because I've always loved the clothes they've had and always thought that their unique and rustic style was right up my alley.
People that are into basic, gritty type fashion. All my clothes are secondhand. My husband carves out of shed moose antler pendants and necklaces and cuffs and things, and we sell used cowboy boots. So it's kind of a red dirt store. I had a traumatic event in my life and hit bottom, and so did my husband, and so we just decided we'd create a company called Bone Dust out of our heartaches and grief, and we just made a little company called Bone Dust, and it's built on heartache.
It's really interesting to hear that Bone Dust Cowgirl opened its doors on heartache. It opens its doors on circumstance, not by choice. She hadn't thought the idea while she was in a good place. Her and her husband were struggling. And while she'd given me a lot to think about, I had no time to think about it after the interview. I had to go interview another citizen at the Paseo. But I couldn't get out of my head the thought of basic, gritty fashion. Man, gritty, basic fashion. I've never thought of something like that. Hey! Anybody own this? Well, okay. I was looking for some gritty, basic fashion, so I might as well put this on.
Brings me back to my older days, as a young boy. Gee whiz, I look fresh as a new kettle of lettuce at the grocery store when they restock.
Stop the film. Next, I decided to go talk to an artist at an art studio. I figured they'd have a pretty unique view of individuality considering their trade is so unique and different.
I hope I'm a unique individual. I try to, embrace all of my good and bad qualities and utilize 100% of my potential. And I think that's where a lot of individualization comes from. It's just accepting yourself totally and recognizing that.
As a child, did you feel like you had room to be an individual and unique and
I did. I grew up in a small town in southwestern Oklahoma. I grew up on a farm, and my parents always encouraged me to, use my imagination. I always had plenty of open space to run around and, let that imagination manifest and nourish itself. And it, spend a lot of time driving tractor. Your mind tends to wander. It's sort of like a meditation kind of a thing. So, yeah, I had plenty of room and encouragement.
So would you say your environment kind of inspired you to be an individual, or?
Well, my parents had a lot to do. I mean, a lot of it, it's both that whole nature nurture kind of thing. Like, the environment was both restricting in a way because it was a small town and there was that small sort of that mindset of a small town where it's pretty conservative. But my parents were unique individuals, so I inherited their sort of ways of their perspective on things, and like being in the small town but also living in the country, I think helped a lot. So it's, they both goes hand in hand. I feel like.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Man, these guys should write a book. They're so crazy and creative. The more I'm over here, the more I think I need some new threads. I'm standing out over here like a sore thumb. Yuck. I often wonder, was I nurtured to be the man that I am today? Or was it by nature that I became my own individual? My God. These pants were just on a tree. Well, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Pants. For the final interview, I decided to interview a random Paseo goer. While looking for the perfect person to interview, me and my cameraman got some great shots at the Paseo. And I found that the Paseo is actually a really cool place to hang out. There's lots of sights, places, and things to do. Very great place if you're looking to have some fun down in OKC. I'm glad the Paseos here are home to some beautiful art. Let's hear how she spins. That's enough. After a while, me and my cameraman found somebody to interview, but it was pretty clear I was just messing up their date, and they didn't have very good answers anyway. Is individuality important to you?
Yeah, I think you need to be your own person.
Why is that? After that train wreck, we decided we might need to go interview somebody else. Luckily for me, there was a girl with pink hair standing about 20 feet behind this couple. So we went up and approached her. Impromptu. Right on the spot. Right off the fly. And I'll be honest, I was surprised at how good her answer was. Do you consider yourself a unique individual?
No.
No? I think you are. You got the pink hair and whatnot. You got the, you seem to have the look down.
Thank you.
Is individuality important to you?
Not as much as it was when I was probably your age.
Oh. What do you think changed that? Just like your environment or how you were thinking of things at the time, maybe the age?
Probably like realizing how, like when you're young, you focus on what makes you different and you care about what makes you different from other people, and as you grow older and get life experience, you realize how much you're alike.
That's a really good answer. I wish I had a hairdo like that girl. Wish I need to cover this ugly mug up. Man, I feel pretty cool now. Perhaps this will be me starting my new life as an individual. Perhaps my environment has affected me in a way where I'll become an individual because I'm here. After the final interview, I finally got it through my head. I finally figured out what individuality was. I'd gone into the project just assuming individuality was in here. The heart, the soul. It's the mind. You come with it. You are you. But I came out learning it's not that easy. Individuality is like a seed. While it is very vital, and it's the main thing that grows, a seed can't grow without sunshine, water, and care. Seeds don't grow without an environment. Individuality is much like a seed. It takes lots of things to grow individuality, to grow somebody's personality. It takes a role model, it takes care, it takes time, it takes nourishment, nature. Individuality is the seed of the human person. Something you can influence and grow, it can adapt and change. Individuality is the seed. Oh, Paseo, I miss you so. Oh, Paseo District, you save my soul. Hey, oh, Paseo District, boy, save my soul. Hey, oh, Paseo
so.
I think I was literally just on the wrong side
Yeah,
of the road.
I think so too.
I was completely. Am I still on the wrong side of the road?
No, this one you can go straight.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're
Oh
good
my
on this
God.
one. Yeah, you were on the complete opposite side of the road.